more you build in Minecraft, the more you realize there's something very unique about it. It's one of the only games where you can really bring your ideas to life. But sometimes you overwhelm yourself with too many ideas and you just can't choose one. But what if you didn't just build a build, but instead a feeling?
We live in a van to rock climb. And on our travels, we are constantly seeing things and saying, wow,
We need to build this!
the problem is, it's just way too much. It's an inspiration overload. This time, we aren't just building an idea or something that we saw. We are chasing a feeling. In this episode, we want to build something so big and so vast. We want to build a place you can get totally lost in. We want to capture the awe of nature. Okay, that's a really bold claim. Here's the rundown. This is the greater area of Beehns Bay. My girlfriend Bean and I have been working on this for quite a while now. It comprises of 2 small towns nestled amongst beautiful scenery and 1 giant mountain. Ever since we made landfall from the Tuscany Island onto this peninsula, we've had the vision of 2 large mountains. But clearly, there's only one. And we are going to need to do something about that. I'm Apples,
And I'm Beans.
and welcome to our forever world.
If you are new here, thank you for joining. You know, we've been building in this world for around 2 years, but it just feels like we're just getting started because we just have so many ideas.
So many ideas because if you didn't know, we live in a van, post our videos from the van, and we're just constantly inspired by all of the nature around us. If you can't tell, walking around our world, it's just so full of nature. It's beautiful. It's by far our favorite thing to build. Yes, yes. And speaking of nature, as we said in the intro, we need to build a second mountain because this one right here is just so incredibly awe-inspiring, rising from Beehns Bay. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Yay, thanks for sleeping.
Mount Langley looks so good right now. I love this build. I feel like it's definitely the best build in our world.
Oh yeah, it's definitely up there.
We've been spending a lot of time in the Eastern Sierras, the mountain range in California, and it's got some amazing rock climbing. We've been feeling so inspired by everything around it. There's just so much diversity. There's like beautiful high deserts, big sprawling meadows, lots of forests, lots of aspens. There's so much, and I just wish we could build it all. A mountain range would definitely be the perfect way to get all of those things, huh?
Oh yeah, hey, you solved your own problem there. But, there is another problem that we have. As soon as you start to get close to it, you'll realize this can't really fit all of the stuff that Bean just said. It can't fit trees, it can't fit, rivers or creeks or, abandoned builds, abandoned mine shafts, stuff like that you see in the mountains in real life.
It's kind of just like a really big, nice-looking wall.
It is just a gorgeous wall. It's still a mountain. It still definitely looks like a mountain, but it doesn't function like a mountain. And we have a cool idea to solve that problem. So here's our vision.
Pinto Point has these sloping grassy hills, and to continue with that theme, we'll be having these existing rolling hills trend upwards to become rocky, but still green foothills. Behind said foothills will emerge huge rocky spires, and flowing in between everything will be a roaring river and a picturesque trail leading you to the base of the mountains.
Now that we are all on the same page on what we're going to build, let's head to the storage room because, to be honest, we don't even know what materials we're going to use yet. Grassy knoll. Immediately what comes to mind is a grass block. Of course, grass. We need to texture it, be able to give it depth and stuff like that. So I'm thinking green terracottas. So we can do something like that.
What about like moss?
Moss is a really good one because it's easily farmable. Keep in mind, when building something of this scale, it needs to be relatively farmable so we don't have to mine tough like the last mountain. It was god awful. We can use tough, we just shouldn't be using 8 shulker boxes of the stuff, We're gonna have the grassy knoll rise up into the stony peaks. So what are you thinking? I'm thinking stone.
Yeah, obviously stone. But it'd be nice to have some warm highlights,
Oh, okay,
a different type of rock is in the stone.
Okay, that makes sense.
So something kind of different than the gray.
Also, pale oak is another big
I'm
Big one.
so locked in. Ready?
Pale oak is so nice. A light gray terracotta. This stuff is so good. And then just to blend that a little bit of coral. Not too much though.
Ooh.
Not too much, because then
I don't like the sound of that. I want the mountains to still reflect like the warmness of Pinto Point, you know? Because like, you know, it's like the same area. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's get some gray wool in here. You know, it's easily farmable. We have a huge sheep farm, and it's honestly pretty warm too
Wait,
in
here.
relation.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying.
I didn't know it was gonna be orange.
Now that we have our block palette, let's head back to Pinto Point to discuss gathering said materials. This is a good opportunity to actually start to automate our world a little bit more. It's been 2 years, and we have like your basic farms, like an iron farm and a bee farm for candles and stuff. But for some of the more obscure items like green dye and ferns and grass and stuff like that, we have no automation. And that gives us the perfect opportunity to actually hide some farms in all of these builds that we've been doing, just to give them a little bit more.
Wait, a whole farm can fit in there?
No. Well, we can put the farm underneath, and then we could do like a nice, cozy little interior. But like, we don't have to do it for that yellow house. Like, we can do it. Like, if it's a fern farm, we might want to do it and like put like the barrel for the output in like one of the gardens or something, because it would make a little more sense. It'll give it a little more interactiveness in our builds, which I think will be really fun. All right, man. You know what? Let's just do this right now. So, if you were to go somewhere to get ferns for the rest of your life, where would you want them to be?
Well, I would totally want to go to my dream house, because I feel like in my dream house I would have a farm. So, you know, ferns, grass, farm, yeah.
Okay, yeah, like a little garden back there, and every single time you're like harvesting something, you get the fern.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that kind of makes sense, and this is
Wait,
absolutely.
Sorry. My mouse died earlier, and I'm using my trackpad. It's really bad.
He's on the trackpad grind right now, but it's like it'd be so nice every single time to get ferns. You walk through this wonderful little area.
I want to be back here. Wait, there's no barrels.
There's no barrel to put it.
We can make a barrel, or we could make an interior.
Okay, do you want to do an interior while I work on some of the more complicated farms, like a bartering farm?
Yeah.
Some
I
of
want
that
to make
kind
an
of stuff?
interior. I want to do fun build.
Okay. You get to do the interior, and I'll go do the
Yay.
other farms, and you also have to do the fern farm, which is kind of hard. But, yep. Good luck with that.
No, I want you to help me.
All right, dude. Double check that you have the redstone comparator.
Dude, I know I already have that. You don't have to tell me.
All right, man. Good
See
luck.
ya. Bye. Man, I'm so excited to build this. I'm gonna make this just like my dream house. So happy I don't have to build any of that stuff. Oh yeah, nice little couch here. Oh, this is gonna look so good.
Gotta build this bartering farm. Wish I could be with Bean in the overworld and build our dream house together. You know, it is our dream house. But instead, chests and farming and redstone. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be here at all.
Okay, let me just finish up this couch. And then, well, I don't have anything in my inventory. I'm gonna have to go back there. I'm gonna put some fun stuff there.
Get in the minecart. What is even happening? He's going. Yes. What the heck is this guy doing? Oh my god.
Ooh, we like rocks. Here we go. This is a great idea. Ooh, and a cactus here. I like plants. Ooh, here's some decoration. We're by the...
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Give me your gold. Give me your gold. Give me your gravel. I need your gravel. I need concrete. I need the rhinestone. I need that string. Give me that string. Yeah.
Yes, I can't wait to show this to Apples. Here's our gaming setup. But there's only one chair. That's okay. I'll just make him stand, I guess.
Whew. That was like, what, 16, 17 hours of material gathering?
Yeah, it took so long.
Took so long. Pretty ridiculous. But other than just doing the interior of this guy over here in the bartering farm, we also had to collect things like grass and cobweb and gilded blackstone and a bunch of just random things.
Yeah, we also collected so much coral. Hours
Oh
of coral.
my gosh, couldn't forget about the coral, dude. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. But you want to show me the interior of
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy?
yeah. I spent so long on this interior because I was like, oh, well, if this is our dream house, let's make it like really nice inside. So, oh, the door's wide open. Fail.
The
Okay,
intruder, dude.
we step into the kitchen. Pretty nice kitchen.
Lovely, lovely.
Nice view, and a nice view of the ocean through our like 5 thick windows. I like that. And then upstairs, pretty simple bedroom. We got the gaming setup, I guess.
Very nice, very nice. I
Yeah,
love being able to look out the window at the boat. That's so pretty.
or there's only one chair, so I guess you're standing.
That's all right. I like the standing desk.
All right, and then if we walk past the other 2 doors that we have for some reason, we also have like the secret under the stairs, like Harry Potter. Let's go down this ladder.
Dude, what is this? Is this the dungeon or something?
No. This is our wine cellar for all the fancy wine that we love, right?
We just love wine so
just like real
much.
life.
Yeah, like
I don't know anything about wine, but here
That's
it
so
is, and
funny.
here's the fern farm. I don't know anything about the fern farm. You just like gave me the schematic, and it was really stressful to build, and I'm scared of it.
I'll be using it later. All right, we have just one last thing to do. Move all the shulker boxes to the build site and then get ready to build. So let's move on with that. All right, here we are, placing the last few shulker boxes down. I'm gonna go into free cam, and there it is. There's the block spread, the shulker spread. It is so many materials. We'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. This took a long time, and without further ado, starting from the river, let's get to building. Before taking a closer look at these mountains, I want to hop into the creative world to give you guys a little more insight to Bean and I's thought process of building something of this scale. As you guys can see, I've kind of marked out where I want the creek to go. I am just using the path tool in Axiom, and then I've also marked out a few purple pillars of where kind of I want the elevations to be. And if I back up a little bit, you can see that there's a summit there and a summit there, and everything is definitely probably going to change. The stream is going to split off in 2 different directions, and we'll have a ridge line coming down here separating the 2. I also want to make sure that when I'm looking at it from the front, it looks big enough, the scale is correct. And then when I also get a side profile, I don't want it to be too steep. I don't want you to be chilling on this beach or sailing your boat over here and just be like, why does it look like a Dorito chip? Here we are in Axiom. I'm gonna work with what I got already. I got this big tendril cliff thing from last episode, and I think connecting that to these 3 points here and then bringing it down is going to be our best bet. I like to use the Catmull Rom spine. I'll go in here and I'll make multiple points, and I'm honestly not even the best at Axiom, like at all. I'm pretty inefficient with it, I think. So, and then over here, I'm just gonna mess with the side profile shape a little bit. I still want the train to be able to get through here, so you know what, that looks about good. And then I'm gonna set it to purple concrete because it's nice to being able to see all of the little lines and curves and things going up. And then maybe, you know, it gets a little steeper right around there. You know, maybe there'll be some rocks here or something. That's kind of what's going on in my head. You know, that's not looking too bad. Maybe I want it to be like really steep as it approaches the summit. Maybe it's like big grassy hill, and then right as it gets close, it just turns to rock. You know, I've seen that quite a bit in nature. I am going to do this with probably this ridge right here now, and then we will start connecting everything. Whoop-de-doo. There we go. And now we got 2 lines. Get my modeling surface, change this to, I don't even know how to say that, Bezier surface. And I'm gonna use that, and I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna select a whole bunch of points, not too many though. I'm just gonna select a whole bunch of points along this line, and I'm literally just gonna go all the way, I don't know, right there. And then I'm gonna add a row, and I'm gonna create, so there's looks to be a gully kind of thing going on right here. So I will just connect it a little bit. Maybe I'll put a 3rd point, drag this kind of forward. And there we go. We got actually something going on. And then I'm going to add another row, points over here, and it'll just connect everything up because, oh my gosh, Axiom is so good. Once we got this like big old blanket looking thing, I'll get these points and I'm literally just going to like drag them down. Like, there we go. That's what we want to see. There's going to be 2 distinct ridges. There's one ridge right here, a ridge right here, and then everything in between is just a big valley kind of thing. And I am going to get my slope tool and just start drawing some lines leading their way down the mountain. Mountains aren't smooth like this, you know, they're not smooth at all, and erosion is constantly shaping them. If this was just all the way up there, then these would be connected all the way up and making their way down, and you know, they're little canyons where water is flowing and causing these little ridges. And I'm gonna cover the entire mountain with them. This is around 3.5 to 4 hours of work behind me. Mountains are pretty tedious, to be honest, but no, you're only using 3 different tools: the path tool, the modeling tool, and the slope tool. You know, they're relatively simple. Once you have the shapes in, I think like the hardest part is just getting started. Let me know in the comments below if you guys like the creative thought process segment. Now let's direct our attention to the mountains.
Yes, oh my gosh, I love these foothills leading into the mountains. I love how like every time we build something this large of scale, it just, for me, it just feels like it keeps getting better, and I just like, wow, these foothills are just like incredible, and it just feels so realistic because that's kind of how mountains work in real life. It isn't just like flat and then a mountain. It's like it leads into the mountain because they were formed that way.
I really like the green. The green works really well. The block palette, I think, is absolutely lovely. And I love how, like, it's very, very green down here. And then as it goes up and it gets way steeper, there's more exposed rock. And I think that just looks absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, we added a few more blocks to the block palettes. We added some melons way up there. Shout out Milan for that idea. I think it adds just like that little highlight when I fly over to the lighthouse. It just adds a little bit of highlights to the very, very top of the mountain. I think it just works out really well. And if you're wondering why they look a little bit jank, this left side is not done at all. And then this right side is not done at all. We just want to create the frame for something very, very special that we will get to in a little bit. But for now, let's take a little bit of a walk into the basin. But first, wait, we gotta sleep first. We gotta go to bed first. I just came to think about it. We're gonna need to do something about the train because the train can't go up this really, really steep embankment. Maybe we can make a tunnel or something like that. So
I like a good tunnel.
Leave your suggestions in the comments as well. That would be fun.
It was so much fun to build these foothills. Honestly, I love totally overthinking like the rock situation. I feel like we spent a long time designing like where the rocks are gonna go and how the rocks are gonna look and like all these highlights in the rocks, and I don't know, it was really fun, honestly.
It was really hard. Like originally the rocks were more brown, and then it kind of was really noisy, so we started moving towards like a darker deep slate and then transitioning that into a like stone andesite kind of palette, and honestly turned out really well, man. I'm psyched on it.
Yeah, it turned out so good. When building the rocks, I loved thinking about like the mountain actually forming, and it's like, okay, well, if it was gonna erode here, then there would be a rock here, and I love like having that continuity and like just like really thinking really hard about it. It was like super fun.
And also to add on to your little thing right there, I like to add all these rocks that are like falling down, getting detached, you know, like especially with big mountains like these at the upper peaks. It snows, water seeps into the cracks, the water freezes, it expands, and then causes rock falls and stuff like that. So you'll see that pattern as we head up into the mountains. It's very unfinished still, and we'll get to this just in a little bit. But the riverbed here is quite lovely, and look, they got gold in them hills. They got
What
gold.
the?
I thought that was a fun little detail.
You think like there was like a mine here or something?
No, I think there's just gold in them hills.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, so like we don't really have a path like set yet, but you can wander your way up here, and eventually this place will be absolutely filled to the brim with builds and natural features and cool stuff like that. So feel free to leave your suggestions. But we head up here. Like, I just love how Pinto Point slowly starts to disappear behind you, and the biome swap happens.
Yes, I like how the rock is like kind of getting lighter over here. It's kind of dark and like more. It's got more like the pink warm tones, but it's definitely getting lighter over here.
It's getting lighter, and it looks like you forgot some blocks. We'll have to fix that.
Ooh, so sorry.
It's more alpine-y up here, I guess.
Yes.
And you have this whole big basin out here, and there's absolutely, this is so scary. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I built this mountain, and Bean built that one. But yeah, I mean, I guess without any further ado, there's not really much else to explain other than to
We got so much more building.
yeah, we have a lot more building. Let's get the river in here, and let's get some trees in here as well, because it's not a Beans and Apples build without foliage.
You're right. Without foliage, these foothills look great from a distance. The colors blend together nicely, like a painting. But that's all it is right now, a painting. When you take a closer look, there's only colors, but adding foliage really gives these hills their personality, turning them from just a painting to a destination you can get fully immersed in.
Here we are at Pinto Station, and the beginning of, what is this place even called, dude?
I don't know, it doesn't really have a name yet.
Does not really have a name yet, but we have a sign for it, and I don't even know what this is. It's just like
So like
a forest.
the trail, I don't
or
know.
Trail.
The
or
place.
The range, I
No,
guess.
well, maybe.
It's like not quite Pinto Point anymore. It's fun.
It's something of its own.
It is
It's
something
like
of
the
its own.
local mountain.
Really, I love that you can go inside of it. It's so cool.
Oh my gosh, it's so nice. Being able to like actually experience the build and like kind of like experience a hiking trail, but like you're in Minecraft is so much cooler than just like looking at Langley. Langley looks great, but like when I'm on it, it's like, okay, this is not real at all. But when I'm in here, it's like, oh yeah, this is real.
It really breaks the immersion, like when you're walking around on that mountain. Like earlier in this video when we were just walking on the side of it, it was kind of lame. It was not immersive at all, and now we're actually creating something that you can get lost in, and it's a whole place, and I love it so much. It's so cool.
And it just like it feels so realistic, like drawing from all of our experiences and all the things that we love about nature. Just like, wow, it's so cool.
Fallen
Especially this tree
is
crossing.
really nice. I really like this. Like the tree crossing, so unique, and we're using the mangrove roots over here to act as the roots.
Yes.
And if we can continue this way, we don't have a definitive trail yet. Maybe in the next episode when we actually start to develop inside these mountains a little bit more, we will get to that. So it is springtime where we are at right now, and we're so inspired by all of the little wildflowers popping up, in the desert and in the mountains, that we thought, okay, let's do that. So we decided to go with like a yellow whitish, and then pair that with the nice kind of magenta colors that the lilacs and the candles provide. And I think they go together really, really nicely.
This is sketchy.
It is kind of sketchy. Yeah, like you don't want to fall.
I almost did a bad
into-
job. You don't want to fall into the raging river. You'd probably definitely not do so well.
Yeah, you drown. In Minecraft, you just fall in here, and
It's okay.
whatever.
But if it was real life, you would be down there and not doing well at all.
Speaking of the river, we went through a few iterations. Originally, it was all just a big glass river, but then the white was a little bit noisy, and we wanted something to contrast with the rest of the landscape a little bit more and provide a little more color. So we went with the super saturated blue Minecraft look.
Yeah, low key, I feel like I almost prefer the Minecraft water because I love just seeing like the actual movement. The glass looks great from far away. When you're up close to the glass, it's got no movement and it's white and it's got those squares. But like this is so nice because it's actually like animated and like it has like slopes and stuff, and I don't know, it just looks really good. I don't even mind the blue, honestly. Low key, it looks good.
I kind of mind the blue. I might use the texture pack, but that's client side, so it's chill. I really like the river stones that you included. Like, that's such a small detail, and then the river stones creating ripples is so cool.
Yes, I'm still on a roll with like creating that movement, like with the whitewash down there. I thought that was super fun. I really enjoyed doing the river, honestly.
And then as we continue our way up here, it starts to open up a little bit. There's not as many trees. And speaking of the trees are pretty unique. Scale is always the hardest part about building mountains, and especially these types of mountains where the player can actually go inside and interact. It's just when you build a massive tree, like if we were to build any of those trees way over there, they would just be far too big, and they would be as big as mountains, and it would break the immersion. So, yeah, we have these like much smaller little guys, and honestly, I like them.
I like them. I love a big, beautiful forest, but this is nice for the meadow.
Yes, the trees are absolutely lovely, and using the mangrove and the spruce looks really, really nice together. Gives me kind of like the pine tree vibes with the like drooping leaves and stuff. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, continuing up into the meadow. I love the magenta candles. Like, that splash of color works.
Yeah, I like that. When you're just like walking through and you can see it out of your peripheral, it's really nice.
There is 2 more things that we need to do. Right now, the river is honestly as pretty as it looks. Minecraft just lacks sound design. So let's go do something about that. Alright, story time. That babbling brook that you hear in the background is actually a babbling brook that Bean and I were camping at just a little bit ago. I thought it'd be really fun to somehow include this sound into this build that we were planning out for a very long time at this point. So I brought out Bean's laptop and one of the mics that we used to record and went to work. It turned out really well, and we're both super psyched on it. Having this small little personal detail in our world is just so cool. So let's hop back into the world now to see how we implemented it. I think it'd be so cool to add these just around the world too, like record like the wind whispering through the pines and stuff.
Ooh, and like maybe like birds or something.
Birds is a good one. Okay, so we used a mod called Vin URL to get this custom music disc that I am holding, and we can put any URL on this disc and it will play whatever is on that URL. I feel like I just said URL like 5 times. But I have this disc. Look at it. It's really nice and rainbowy. Wait, don't pick up.
Hey, why?
I want to play it.
What the heck? I want to play
And
it.
I hid a jukebox in the river here. You ready?
Oh, here we go.
Yo, it's so cool. I love it. It's so...
Dang, I've like literally never seen this before. I've seen like people use this before for like custom messages, like on Hermitcraft and stuff. But like I've never seen it as the sound effect.
Yes, I love it. And it's like, it scales, when I run back here, it's quieter
It's faint.
and I can hear it spinning around my head. Like it's like behind me now and now it's in front of me. Like, oh,
Wow,
I
just like
love
real
that.
life. If I just like don't think really hard, it's almost like we're taking a hike in real life.
Well, let's take a little hike
Okay,
here and
okay.
enjoy the sounds of nature.
As we walk through this landscape now, it's pretty easy to become one with the build. But taking a step back, these hills just don't have that same feeling that Mount Langley has. Being under them doesn't make you feel small and insignificant like a mountain should. But, as we said, these are just the foothills.
And just like that, we have another mountain rising from Pinto Point. Oh my gosh.
It looks so good. And it like wasn't really just like that because it took a really long time.
To take a really, really long time. And this was definitely our longest video ever to produce. It took us a whole month to get this video out, but it was totally worth it to do something of this scale and cram in all of this detail. It was really, really fun. Let's go take a closer look. Let's fly in because, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's not even done yet either.
Yeah, like it doesn't even have a back. Like neither does
Oh.
Langley. Like ooh.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, like these mountains are like halfway done, and then this thing is just going to keep on continuing it inland, and we'll have like a whole alpine biome back there. It'll be so cool. I'm looking forward to it. But for now, let's just like
Let's just
chill.
look at it. It
Let's
looks so
chill,
good.
Dude. It looks amazing. Oh my gosh, there's so much depth, especially with the two foothills leading into the more alpine. It's incredible. I love it.
The foothills really make it for me because it just like it looks so much more real because like mountains in real life always have these foothills leading up to them, and I really like it. It's funny because Mount Whitney, this one, is not as big as Langley, but in real life it's the tallest mountain in the lower 48 of the states, and
They're also like right next to each other, and they're fun fact, they're also like right next to each other in real life too, which I think is really cool.
yes, we just like the Eastern Sierras.
The Eastern Sierras are a beautiful mountain range. And also, another fun fact is I have actually done this. I've climbed to the top of this mountain a pretty long time ago at this point. But yeah, I just thought it would be a really neat, it would be a really fun challenge to get these very intricate shapes. And, you know, it holds a special place in my heart. As far as texturing and shaping goes, everything that you see was completely textured by hand by Bean and I. And it was Bean's first time like really having a big chunk.
Yeah, it was my first time having like a huge section of terrain I had to be responsible for. I did most of the texturing on that smaller foothill and this one over here. And it was pretty challenging, but then like once I kind of started thinking like oh, if the water would erode here, then there would be rocks and such, and it made it a lot easier and definitely more fun to think about the way that like erosion works, and it's so fun to like hand texture everything. It makes it so much more personal, and you can like really get in all the detail that you want to get in.
Oh yeah, and it's just like it's so beautiful. I really, really like how it turned out. It's definitely my favorite mountain in the world. Although it's like only our second. It's only our second mountain. I feel like we're gonna have a lot more because they're really, really fun to build. Although they do take a long time.
Yes.
But like, well, we're definitely gonna have more because there's backs now to everything. Ooh.
Well, good thing we completed the backs of the foothills, right?
Yeah, we actually did the backs of these. Look at that. Oh my gosh, have you ever seen the back of a mountain complete? Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a beautiful mountain. It's just a big rock.
But we have so much of this nice grassy meadow to fill in with beautiful builds, so...
And like up there at the base of these
Hey,
mountains as
yeah,
well.
you're right.
All right. Without any further ado, cue the outro.
Hey, you made it to the outro. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you. Let's take a look at some builds made by our very talented Discord members. If you are interested in joining our Discord and having a chance to get your build featured at the end of the next video, the link is in the description. We are super active on the Discord and we want to get to know you. Our Discord is also a great place to get feedback on your builds, ask for ideas, and share reference pictures. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, link is in the description.
To add on, if you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Finally, if you would like to have this world for yourself, you can become a member. The link is also down in the description. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
Bye, Internet.